What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at man of the match Deulofeu. So this card is a little bit interesting because obviously he already has a foot swaps 86, but the one thing that I really wanted to do, because normally if they have a rating that's the same, I normally try and stick away, but this one obviously has been moved from the right mid position into the cam, and that's always interesting for me. I always like to see what wingers can do as a cam, and obviously with his nice pace and then the ability of his dribbling, to then just put maybe a little bit of shooting and passing on him, what he could actually do in that midfield. So I thought, you know what, he's 70k, at the minute he is extinct on the Xbox, and he's around about 66 on the PlayStation. So I just like to do a bit of everyone with these, pick kind of the best ones. Realistically, PK has already got a 90, and obviously he's still centre back. There's Lloris, who's got a goalkeeper 91 foot birthday. So again, there's no real point. Whereas with this one, and then also I'm going to try and do the Laporte as well. Laporte is obviously, that's a new rating for him. He's an 88. It makes him a lot more desirable. And this card obviously has got the cam position. So that is my kind of reasons behind them. I try not to do the same sort of rating or anything like that, just because for one, you're kind of doing the same player, and I don't really like doing that because they're practically the same sort of person. But obviously a position change is always nice to see, and like I said, the winger to cam position is always a very nice one. Like for instance, the Douglas Costa, the Coutinho, both of them, and Sane, in fact, all three of them were actually really nice as a cam. So going straight into it, like I said, 70k on the Xbox, 66 on the PlayStation. Relatively decent price, not too expensive. Probably will drop before too long. I don't really know how these man of the matches stick on prices, because they are only, I think they're normally in for 24 hours or 48 hours and then they're gone from packs. I remember back in the day, if anyone remembers this, when, I can't remember what FIFA it was. I think it's got to be around about FIFA 11 or 12 or maybe 14, where they released every single man of the match. I don't think it was on purpose, but they ended up doing it for like a good solid hour, and you could get every single man of the match card that had been available throughout the year. I really think they should definitely bring that back as well, or even like a full-on hour-long, just massive, every single special card is in packs. You could literally get anyone, so that's something I quite like to see. Bit of like, I remember the, what was it called, the rush hours, where you'd have like double incentive in packs or something like that. Just going down memory lane with that. But anyway, we're not talking about that. Deulofeu, 86. He's a 4-star, which is very nice. He's 5'10" and right-footed with a high attacking work rate and a low defensive work rate. So again, 4'4", very nice. 5'10", decent height for a cam. He's not too small, not too big. I'm quite happy with that. And then the high attacking work rate, low defensive, is always nice when you want that cam really pushing up to that up front. Then we move on to the stats. Like I said, pace is the best stat, 93 rated. Gives him 94 acceleration and 91 sprint speed. I thought that most definitely he was very quick in this game. And then the real stat that I saw was definitely the 99 agility. He felt so smooth moving, like literally his dribbling was so clean when it came to moving left and right, all that kind of good stuff. He was absolutely fantastic at that. The one letdown for this card is mainly his strength for me. He really did get pushed off the ball quite a lot. But obviously with the skill moves, with possibly having that one-touch passing, he really can be effective going forward. Other stats obviously to look at, the 92 ball control and 94 dribbling was phenomenal. 81 composure, again, very average I'm seeing there. He does have 92 curve as well, so if you do get his shooting up a little bit, obviously that will follow very, very nicely. Then we look at the shooting whilst we're there. 88 position as well as penalties, 82 shot power, 78 finishing. So overall average on the finishing more than anything. I think he's more of an assist player rather than a complete out-and-out goal scorer as a cam. But we can definitely work on that. And then realistically, the big kind of letdown for him is the stamina. As obviously he is a player that wants to pick the ball up and run with it, the stamina does decrease quite a bit. I don't think it's too detrimental to the player, but you do notice it when it comes to the final third that he does tend to lose quite a bit of stamina. So that is always something to be wary of. But obviously in this stage of FIFA, normally we've got a hell of a lot of super subs ready on the bench. Obviously, for me, in that cam role, I've got Ibra waiting, ready and raring, basically ready to go into that cam over him. So we look at the chem styles of this player. Personally, I'm looking at more Deadeye than anything. It will give you 90 shooting and 89 passing. For me, that is by far the best chem style you want to put on him. It gives you so much more to play with. Obviously, his shooting and dribbling is already fantastic. I really don't think you need to do anything more with that. The only real thing that I could think of about putting some on would be possibly doing a finisher and getting some physical. But for me, I just don't think he needs... I don't think he needs that over the passing, really. You can't really get the physical up too much. I think when you put a finisher on him, it gets it up 4. That, for me, is just not good enough. And you don't really want to put a hawk on him, as the pace is already there. You get less shooting, and again, it's only 4 physical. For me, that's not enough. If you want to get anything out of this card, Deadeye is the one to go for. Like I said, you get 99 positioning, 93 finishing, 92 shot power, 80 long shots. Then you get 97 curve, 96 short pass, 88 crossing, and 93 vision. For me, that is hands down the best. So what did I enjoy? What didn't I enjoy about this card? Well, first off, dribbling was absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, he was absolutely brilliant going forward. Really enjoyed him going with the ball, carrying the ball. He just felt so easy to play with, very smooth dribbling. And I could imagine if the gameplay weren't as sluggish and slow, he would be a dream to play with. Shooting wise, very average. With the Deadeye, a lot better. Did tend to get into some positions that I really liked for him to really bury it. But with the basic, I felt like he was a bit lackluster. Couldn't really get his shot away. Mainly more passing and kind of moving that way. More of an assist player for me if I was going for anyone like that. Looking at his passing, again, another average one. Does increase a lot better with the Deadeye, which is always nice. And I find that definitely helps and is a must for this card to be worth 70k. Physical aspect, like I said, stamina, little bit of a downgrade. I think he does tend to lose quite a lot of stamina, which is a bit disappointing. And then the strength does have a little bit of toll on it. I really think that it did affect him quite a lot. So that's something to be looked at, definitely. He suits a cam role. I think definitely he has the ability to do it. I personally don't like right mid or left mids on this game, as I find that I get countered too easily without all that midfield holding the fort, basically. So I did really like him in the 4-1-2-1-2-2. I really rated him as that cam role, and he definitely assisted Ronaldo and Rashford really well. So for me, is he worth it? Maybe not 70k like I bought him for. I'd probably go for more around about the 50. His 84 in form is currently sitting at 34, just shy of 34 on the Xbox and 29 on the PlayStation. So I can imagine he must drop to around about 40, maybe 45 by the end of it if he is got a lot of pack weight on him. Obviously extinct at the minute, so we'll see how that goes and whether he will get into packs more often. And then I think once he hits around about 40, 50-ish, I'd probably say 50 is a good price as well. And I'd say he's probably worth it, to be honest. 86 rated, not bad. Spanish link as well, which is always fantastic. But like I say with a lot of these, the only issue is we've got so many players in that position that it is almost saturated with cams with any position pretty much. You've got so many options that he may not be the best for value, but it depends on how much coins you've got to spend. If you've got a mil, obviously you're looking for someone a hell of a lot better. If you've got 100k, is probably quite right on the money, to be honest.